and welcome to TK, Coach on the Rocks. Lovely to see you on this wonderful Thursday, and hopefully you are having a wonderful day. Today I wanted to talk about something that we've been researching recently and also in our work, so something that we've been practically involved in, which is cross-cultural leadership. We're actually recording a podcast about it, but as I was preparing and making notes, and I was exploring various aspects of various cultures, something struck me. As I was exploring the dimensions, it seems like I don't really like some of the cultures I've explored. By which I mean, we're striving for agile leadership. This is what we're helping people achieve. And I think some cultures really clash with that, especially cultures that have a large power distance, so they focus a lot on authority, and cultures that prefer indirect communication. There's actually quite a few of cultures like that, and if you try to apply servant and agile leadership in said cultures, you're going to have a hard time. If you have members of a team that prefer this particular culture or originate from it, it's not going to be easy to implement, the egalitarian, open, psychologically safe agile leadership. And this was a bit of a challenge for me because usually I try and I do my best to find beauty and value in diversity. But maybe I've shocked myself to realize, reading and exploring, reflecting on the people I worked with and the cultures I worked with, that for some cultures, I'm not saying, ethnical, the country or business cultures, but overall, some cultures are very difficult when it comes to this way of leadership. It's quite a challenge. So I thought to myself, all right, well, I've heard this before. I remember in 2016, Lisa Atkins and Michael Spade visited London and they gave a wonderful meetup. And they were talking about what's possible in certain cultures, and they used the Lalou reinventing organizations model with colors going up to teal. Basically, it's one would say an evolution of spiral dynamics, actually. And I was actually, they said that in said cultures, not much can be achieved. And I'm just wondering, I am going to explore that further, possibly even have another coach on the rocks. And I would love to hear from you, my viewers, people that maybe live, work, or aspire to these cultures that really value authority, really prefer an indirect communication style. There's a lot of beauty in it, right? There's a TV show now, Shogun, about I think, is it medieval Japan? I'm not great with history in the periods, but it's a wonderful exploration of culture clash, and so on, and demonstrates a culture where authority and indirect communication is paramount. And I would find myself difficult to live there, as one of the protagonists of the story does. It's an interesting parallel for the modern times. Not really associating it with any particular country, but it's just interesting. How do you deal with that? What is it that makes it productive for you? I myself am on a journey of exploration, trying to figure out how to make the best of working with these cultures. How do I be, and how am I to be empathetic? How am I to help people in said cultures grow? An interesting challenge, to say the least. But I guess that's just the life of a coach on the rocks. I'll do my best to see you tomorrow, maybe with even more improved lighting. Let's see. Always improving. Keep iterating. Bye-bye.